Hi friends, welcome back. And today we are going to discussing about how to handle for iframes. Okay, for the iframes we can able to take the locators and tags, which is the locators we have, right? All the locators we can able to use for the iframes, but the tag we are need to use while we are going to switching. Okay, and it will accept for ID, name, tag name, XPath, CSS selector, everything it will be acceptable. Okay, it will not be stopped anymore. Okay, first we'll handle for single frame. Okay, this is the frame. Okay, the frame is name it is there and ID is there. We can choose for ID and I'm going to directly choosing for a frame. Okay, that particular frame we can able to handle now. Okay, now first I'll go to here and I'll create a file tc06 and I'll frames dot rb. Okay, and now required things we already know that water and then these other things and browser installation, and for this is required this particular URL. Okay, I saved that and then I'm going to use the maximization of the window. Okay, then first we need to identify our frame. This is my frame and I need to store that particular frame. Okay, now I'm going to use for frame. Okay, I'll use for frame 1 itself. Okay, then I'm going to use for a frame ID. Okay, this is my frame ID. Oh, sorry, this is my frame ID. Now we are able to store my frame ID. Now I need to enter a value in this particular frame. Okay, now this particular value having for name attribute. Okay, how we can able to fill a text inside that particular text. First I'll use for frame 1 dot a text field and then we are going to use for the name field. Okay, that is a name field and that name is having for this particular one and set hello frame 1. Okay, and then I'm using for sleep 2 seconds to see my output. Okay, now this is a frame 1. That's a single frame. It's not a multiple frames. And apart from this, how to identify the frame? First, I'm directly started for that. Okay, the first question will raise that how to identify. Whenever you click, see if you go for google.com. Okay, if you click here, there are two things, inspect and page view source, and this all the things will be there. But when you have the frame, right, when you right click, you can able to see there are two more things, view frame source or reload the frame. These are the two options you can able to see. If you click view frame source and you can able to see this is a view entire things. Okay, but here there is a form it is there, but I'm not able to see for any frame. Then how it is there? See, there is a frame one it is presented, but there is no frame tag, right? Then how you can able to identify? Right click and click on view page source. And now you can see all the frames you can able to see. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. These are the 5 frames you can able to see. The tag also you can able to, this is a frame set. Okay, they are used of the frame set. Inside the frame set, they are used for frames again. Okay, again frames you can able to see, right? All the frames you can able to see. The tag become a frame. Okay, sometimes you can able to see high frame, I frame. Okay, based upon that you have to choose. Okay, now I'm going to use for this one and we can run it this particular frame. Okay, whether it will be enter a text inside that particular frame or not. Okay, now I'm going to click for this one of frames. Okay, enter. Now you can see if it is valid case, then automatically it will give you the text box value and give the pass. Okay, it is not able to enter any value. Why it is not entered any text inside that frame? It should enter here. It got failed. Why it got failed? 30 seconds it waits, but it is not able to find the tag name is iframe. Okay, it is not able to find the tag name is iframe. Okay, then there is a what is the tag name? Sorry. Okay, frame. It's a frame actually. It is not iframe, it is a frame. Okay, I'm saving this. And here src attribute is there and there is a HTML tag. Okay, I'm copying this. Okay, now src attribute, and my src attribute value this one, and I'm saving now. This is my frame actually, it is not iframe. Okay, because of that, it's not able to identify the iframe. If based upon the tag, you have to specify if it is iframe, then you need to choose basic iframe one only. Now see, it's a done now. It is able to even you can able to choose for any kind of attribute and find the value. In other languages, they are using for specific name and IDs, and then you can able to use for XPath and all. But here also all the attributes you can able to use and you can able to find. Okay, and there is no switch concept comparing to selenium having was switching concept, and here there is no switch concept. Automatically can able to switch faster for that. Okay, now this is the one. Okay, this is a single frame handle. Okay, now we need to use for nested frames. Okay, we are going to use for nested frame. Okay, for the nested frame you can see here there is a two frames is there. You can directly they are added here, a frame inside a frame. Okay, a frame inside a frame, this is a one frame, and again they have for another frame. Okay, first we need to handle for this particular frame. Okay, now I'm going to inspecting this particular one. Okay, you can see here there is a src attribute, that particular attribute is having for third one. Okay, now I'm going to take this third one, third frame. Okay, now I'll save it into a frame 2. Okay, I'll mention as a frame 2 only, src, and then I'm going to use for here a 3. Okay, 3. Now inside this I need to store a value here. Okay, name attribute is there, and then by using that particular frame, a frame 2, and then I need to use for this one. Okay, that I will mention is a frame 2. Okay, whether it is going and without switching, whether it is go to inside that particular frame, and then whether it is provided the text inside the text box or not, we can see. Okay, so it is provided first one and second one. Okay, both the particular places it is provided a value. Okay, now my third case. Okay, I have to switch into inside this particular frame. Okay, if you inspect this particular element and see here it is there. Okay, here web table. Okay, I'll copy this particular web table. Okay, then I'm going to up. Okay, see up, I'm going to that. Okay, here this is the form. Okay, if you come here, this is the frame. Okay, I frame inside the frame. Okay, this is the iframe. It is not a frame. Okay, it is a iframe. Okay, this particular frame we need to capture inside that particular frame attribute. Okay. Now I'm going to use for another option. Okay. A frame inside the frame we need to take, right? First we switched into one frame and then we need to use for another frame. Okay. Now I'm going to use for third frame and means inside of a frame switching into that. Okay. Now I will use here a frame 2 dot iframe. Okay, this time I am going to use for iframe only. Why? Because it is having for tag name as a iframe. Sorry, where it is went again. Here you can see iframe. The tag name is iframe, and I'm going to take the attribute name, attribute value. Okay, this is my entire attribute value. Okay, now iframe, and then I'm going to use for src colon, and then I'm going to use for my value. Okay, and then I'm coming back to here, nested frame. Okay, this is my nested frame storage. Okay, now I stored my nested frame, but I need to click that checkbox. This is my web table checkbox. I have to click. Okay, if I'm going to here, this is my text, and I need to create a XPath for this. Okay, a star, and then I'm going to use for here text is equal to, in the single quotation it is highlighted, right? Now I'm going to take this my text, okay, a nested frame dot, that is a checkbox, and then I'm going to use for x path colon, and I specify dot set. Okay, if it has already presented, then it automatically will click. Okay, now I'm going to use this one. Okay, now we can see again running. Most probably it will pass, I hope it, because it's not a checkbox also, it is not visibly. Oh, it is not clicking actually. There's a span auto filling, and it's a label checkbox actually. Okay, David is ID is there. Finding the element where exactly it is there. It is not able to click. Okay, tag name and path it is not able to find. Okay, from that it is able to identify, but it is not able to click this one. Okay, okay, we need to choose a proper ID role as a checkbox. Where it is? Okay, it is highlighting here. Whether we can see the dev, it is there. Tag is a dev. ID value. It is not take data. Okay. 1 minute, the tag name I'm not able to identify. Give me 1 minute. Sorry. Now I same the thing like XPath I had taken and this is the span I have chosen. Okay. How it works, I'll tell you. Here, the text we can able to click and that particular right. This is the tag. This is our XPath. The tag name is basically a span. Okay. The span, if you click automatically, it will be a selector, right? Then I choose as a span and then this is my XPath. Okay. Then it is working. Okay. I'll show you now. Again, running. See both the cases, it is working. Now here, see, it got checked. Okay. Like this, we can able to do it. A frame and also in nested frame also we can able to switch. Okay. Without using a switch, directly we can able to access it. Okay. Old water on some places they can able to use for switching and new water on there is no switch case switching into the frames. Okay, directly we can able to handle it. Okay, thank you for watching and please do subscribe and share to your friends and colleagues. Thank you.